Hello, family. What's up, everybody? It is the one and only African superstar back at it again. Current events tells me it's a great time to go live. I am expecting community input on this message. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Those of you guys that are going to see this on the replay, I am the one and only. What's up, guys? And today is the day following the American election. I'm sure you guys have heard by now that President Trump has returned for his second term. And I see obviously the fallout for those of you guys that were supporting the Democratic Party, supporting Kamala. And so I want to talk about this because naturally, our energy gets harnessed for these type of things. And I know so many people feel very passionately about the voting system and all that. But the truth of the matter is that regardless of these two parties that have been in power, you know, my whole life, your whole life, what relevance they actually have to our specific community is arguable. And so I want to talk about this as an unpopular opinion, which is life will go on, guys, after this election. Please do not lose all of your faculties. Please do not be so emotional about, the outcome if it's not favorable. Don't be shocked. Don't be surprised. What always gets me confused is about, for instance, like how people do not realize the mentality of America and the composition of America. President Trump represents the vast majority of Americans, how Americans think, what they believe. He is literally the quintessential white American man. And so, therefore, his community and his people are going to support him, and this should never come as any surprise. And what I tell you guys on this channel all the time is to explore your options so that you don't necessarily have to be trapped or subject to whatever's going on. Those of us that have already gotten ourselves set up abroad, we don't necessarily have to be engrossed in what's going on there and allowing it to consume our minds and allowing it to distract us. Yes, I'm going to call it a distraction because from day to day, let's be real, whoever sits in the White House, it really doesn't have a day-to-day impact on our life. You know what I mean? Now, if you're Jeff Bezos or you have a huge company or, something like that, then maybe you might be concerned because it's going to actually affect you. Working class, does it? Like a lot of us, like if we're real about it, our lives have to deal with our personal decisions and what we're going to do. And if you didn't see the direction of where the election was going or the direction of the country in general, then you need to use your eyes. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Yes, unpopular opinion. Life goes on, guys. This is just another election. We have been through so many elections in our lifetime. President Bush and President Clinton and President Obama and President, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you're still here. You still made it. You may feel strongly or you may be happy. Some people are actually rejoicing and happy. They think that, maybe they're going to get something out of this. The truth is, governments globally are corrupt. Duh. They literally do the same things every time. They promise a lot of things on the campaign that they don't deliver. They do sensational things. They market to the masses to get you guys motivated. They use celebrities and, whatever to get momentum. It's what they do. Okay. And when they get in office, they do whatever they want to do. Not necessarily what they committed to, what they promised, or anything. But I want to send this message out specifically to those of you guys that have gotten a little too invested in it. Because obviously today on Facebook, I've just seen the fallout a lot of people, especially a lot of Black people, were supporting Kamala. And they wanted Kamala to win, obviously. And people went out and voted at the polls and everything, and people are quite emotional over the outcome. And I'm just like, look, it's not surprising. It's not surprising to me. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Brown Coat Blue is the first in the building. Please, guys, let's be on code. I'm going to give you guys a second to get in the chat room because we have 10 and we have 1 in the chat room. 2025, I'm super not playing with y'all. Hello. So live streams, if you just want to spectate, you should probably just come out for the playback, because if I see little engagement, I will end the stream. Sorry, I should say. I don't ask for much on this channel. Just ask for you guys to be a part of the live stream. All right, that's the code. I went over it in detail in the community tab yesterday when I tried to go live and people were not participating. Yes, the code is come in the room, get in the chat room, greet me, greet the family. All right. Be a part of the conversation, like the stream, share the stream, and support. All right. Because this is a discussion. All right. I read the comments in this just to make sure that everybody is acknowledged. All right. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. Thank you guys so much for getting in the chat room. What's up, AB? What's up? What's up? What's up? Antonio Mize. Yes. Life's going to go on, guys. I know that it feels so, it feels so potent at the moment because obviously everything went down. People are going to be bragging, oh yeah, Trump's in, or people are going to be emotional because Kamala didn't win, or wherever you stand on that particular side of the coin. Really, we should be on some other stuff by now because these political parties are not for us, guys. They're not for us. They're not for our interests. I don't know what we think we're going to gain as a community out of whomever is in office. I don't know. And I still stand on the premise that you should not have all your eggs in the Western basket. Okay, so one thing I definitely know is about to happen in the US, which is racial tensions are going to skyrocket even more because Trump ministers to that. He empowers that kind of behavior. You guys need to be careful. Yeah, you guys need to be careful. I have been telling you and telling you and telling you, the racial climate in America for the last 20 years is crazy. And this behooves you to look at the signs and symptoms, not just be reactive, not just wait until it goes down. And now you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Hello. Backup plan B. Plan B, family. What's up, everybody? It's the one and only African Superstar. Please do be on code. Get in the chat room today. Life goes on, guys. The American election is over. We actually have the Ghanaian election is upcoming. That's going to be, I believe, December 7th, I believe. And, people are emotional about that. Two sides of the same coin, guys. Two sides of the same coin. And you've got to learn how to divest from this stuff, guys. It's meant to suck your energy so that you become less productive in life. Okay, because if you're busy worrying about things that you really don't have any power on, and I mean, some of you guys might argue with me, but you really don't have any power over who gets in the White House. You don't really have any power who gets in the Senate. You don't. Okay, you're just one person. And let's say, I'm pretty sure there were people in those red states that voted for Kamala. I'm sure of it. Okay, but guess what? Majority rules, electoral college rules. Okay, so when you start realizing how the whole thing works, you really wouldn't get bent out of shape. Not to mention, there's always politics behind these things. Okay, why do you think there's never been like an independent candidate who's won? Huh? For all these decades, it's always between these two parties. There's usually, in any democratic environment, there's usually two parties of power that it goes back and forth, swings back and forth. Every year there are independent candidates on the ballot, guys, every single year. How come there's never an upset? How come? Because all this stuff is rigged. It's all calculated. Okay. It's all, pre-decided. Do you guys remember when Al Gore went up against Bush? Huh? In the presidential election? Do you guys remember that? Let me jog your memories, because this is going to back up what I'm saying right now. And, the election was going on. It was supposedly very close. And it came down to the state of Florida, right? Which at the time, George Bush's brother, Jeb Bush, was the governor of the state. Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Came down to that was the battleground state. That was going to be the deciding state. Initial polls reported that Gore won. But guess what they did? They did a recount until who won? Bush won, because that's who was supposed to go in office. Gore was not supposed to go in office. He was not the designated person to go in office. Okay, guys, you have to be be a bit smarter. Start being critical. These governments don't do anything for the people, for the country. They serve the interests of themselves and the rich. That's how it is modern day. That's how it always has been. So when you come to this understanding, you just accept it. Okay? That, hey, I don't control the government. I don't control the government, and the government doesn't care about me. You can start harnessing your energy and focusing it elsewhere. Like, what are you going to do? Where are you going to be that's in your favor? What are you going to do to minister to your own problems? Do these white men who go into office how many of you guys have even met presidents? I have not met. Let me think about it. Let me double check. I haven't met any presidents. I literally have never physically seen any of them. And so that just goes to speak to how far removed they are. We don't even see them. We don't even interact with them. And we get this affinity towards these people of whom are really strangers at the end of the day. Big shout outs, family. All right, I'm about to go through the chat room. Please, please, please be on code. We have 19 of you. The chat room better be looking like in tune with that number. All right. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. Please, if you are one of those extremely emotional individuals regarding this election, take it down a notch. Some of you guys, I saw I posted something on Facebook, obviously, that was not, it was an unpopular opinion. And I said, living abroad gives you the ability to not be wrapped up in this stuff, because literally, I know some people didn't go to sleep last night. When I got up on TikTok this morning, I saw this lady and she was like, it's 4 a.m. and I'm watching the count. Okay, it's just too much. Okay. I went to sleep peacefully, woke up, ta-da, Trump is in office. Okay. It is what it is. Did you guys forget that he has already served a term? Did you guys not think that guy was going to come for his second term? Really? And do you guys not pay attention to his die-hard support? Huh? I'm talking about the dude is the first president to have indictments, felonies on him. And the guy is like untouchable. Okay. Exercising his white privilege to the fullest extent that it can be used. All right. So, you don't need to be wrapped up in it. These people are strangers. We don't know these people. Okay. And these people do not serve our interests. So let's not get all emotional about things that we don't have any control over and that do not pertain to us. Some of you guys feel that it pertains to you. Now, I do feel that the racial climate is going to intensify 100%, because I know that Trump's energy really incites that kind of thing. Okay. And It's unfortunate, but to that I can say, hey, I have been promoting you guys and encouraging you guys to operate your plan B. I'm pretty sure that some people that were like, okay, you know what? If Trump wins again and he gets in these next 4 years, we're going to move our family. We're going to leave the country, whatever, whatever. People have been readying themselves for that. And I'm pretty sure that people that have been readying themselves, they're very happy that they are ready. They're very happy that they can now go wherever they want to go or do whatever they want to do. They're very happy. I mean, I can attest, I'm very happy that I'm not in that environment when I know that racial tensions are going to get more crazy and violence on Black people is going to increase 100%. Definitely. Especially in the southern states where it goes down and there's no recourse. Of course. So I'm very happy and pleased that I'm not there, and I feel for those of you guys that are there, but at the end of the day, we all have a choice, and you need to make constructive and proactive decisions so that you do not have to be subject to things you don't want to be subject to. All right. Life goes on though, but you gotta move succinctly. All right. And if now, maybe this is going to be a motivation for some of you guys, I just can't take it. I don't want to be here. I'm worried. I'm concerned. Maybe this will be the, antecedent to getting you to actually taking steps and implementing the plan. All right. Big shout outs to Brown Coat Blue. Yes, 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 yes. What's up, Mr. Tony Africa? I see you. Big shout outs. AB says it feels worse than the pandemic somehow. It's just your emotions. Okay. Life goes on. You're going to be okay. You've already lived through 4 years of Trump. Okay. If you live in America, you've been living in America for the past 10 years. You've already gotten through half of his presidency. It's not the end of the world. Okay, guys, you guys are acting like the sky is going to fall down. And I mean, the drama on social media is wild. And I'm just like, how could you guys not see that? As racist as America is, how could you guys not ready for this? Did you think all those racist states, like, did you look all the way from the Midwest? It looked like the entire middle portion of the United States, the Midwest, all the way to the West, all went for Trump. Racist places, like, did y'all think they was going to go for Kamala? I don't know. Antonio Mai says, not surprised at all. I'm also not surprised. I'm more surprised at the people who are surprised because I'm just like where, like, what planet do you live on that you just thought that this was not going to happen? Big shout outs to the family. Take a minute out, like the live. Life goes on, guys. Please do not lose the plot. Okay. If this is the final straw for you, if you're just like, oh my God, I can't take it, use that energy to do something productive. All right. If you feel like I'm tired of being here, I'm tired of these politics, I don't want to be here. Like me, I'm just tired of the racism. I was tired of the racism. I was tired of answering. I was tired of that constrictive kind of environment. I was sick of it. And I realized that as long as I'm there, I'm going to be subject. So something's got to give. I have to change my environment. It was a bold thing to do, but it was the right thing to do for me. And so now I can sit overseas and watch stuff go down in America. And yes, I do have friends and family there. I understand. But, I talk about survival on the fittest of this channel. And survival mechanism is get to safety. And if people don't want to accompany you or their circumstances or whatever, it is what it is. But survival of the fittest will demand that you need to preserve yourself. And that's a decision that I have taken, So I have also divested from the decisions of others because that's something that you guys also need to learn. It's a tip. It's a pro tip. Okay. All you can do in this world is be an example, all right, and save yourself. That's what you can do. Those are the things that you can definitively do. You have all the power and control. What other people do, you don't have control over their decisions. You don't need to feel strongly about that either. Because even your kids, For the ladies in here, the children that you birthed out of your birth canal can choose a wayward life or whatever decisions that you don't agree with. We do not have control over another person. We only have control over our own autonomy. So why should perhaps their decisions have such a huge, profound impact on us? You have to divest from that. Okay, you wish them well, you love them, you might try to offer advices, you might strongly try to advise them, you may repetitively advise them. But at the end of the day, the decision that they take is their own. And guess what? That means the outcome that they also take and receive is their own. At this stage in the game, we know how hostile it is in the Western world for our people. Yes, we do. And if we choose to be in that environment, we take the potential risk of being subject to whatever's going on there. If we no longer want those statistics to apply to us, or we want to reduce our probability for being involved, then we're going to have to take the dramatic steps to do so. That is it. That's all we got. Because things are not going to change in America. Okay? They literally have not changed for centuries. Okay? If Black people somehow were going to earn their equality and all that stuff, I mean, it's been centuries. How long does it take? They're never going to even the playing field, guys. They're never going to even the playing field because they want to maintain their position where they are. Okay, which means you get what you get. What you see is what you get. If you don't like it, matter of fact, I'm sure some of you guys have been told, if you don't like it here, if you don't like how it is in America, you can just go home, right? That's what they say. So that is conducive of the fact that, hey, some things that go down in America are just synonymous with you being there. Big shout out to the family. Kamisha Ross Corner, I see you in the building. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who's on code. I see you guys. I acknowledge you guys because, 2025, I'm not playing. If I ask for you to be in the chat, you ain't in the chat, the live's over. Don't do that to your peers, okay? Be an active part of our conversation so that they don't have to be subject to your nonsense. Myrtle is in the building. Hello, sweetie. She says some folks operate on emotions instead of practical realities. New faces, same old game. That's it. Myrtle's always coming in here dropping gems. Guys, it's the same old stuff. Okay, it's the same old stuff. If you guys are real, if you're honest, did you also enjoy the last 4 years with Biden and Kamala? Did you see a transformative time in the country? Last I checked, a lot of people in America currently are complaining about this migrant situation, right? The Ukrainians being accommodated, the Haitians being accommodated, the Puerto Ricans being accommodated, people getting a lot of, resources. Whose administration was governing that? Huh? So you weren't happy with that, and you ain't happy with this. I say go to Africa. I mean, I've demonstrated what I believe is the answer, which is getting out of that environment because it's not going to change. So it's kind of foolish for us to get so warped in this BS every 4 years when we know what it is. It's safe to say we don't even know what the next 4 years is going to bring, but we know the next election, same old, same old, same old, same old. It is what it is. Big shout out to the family. AB says all the brown, black, and Asian people better start packing. I mean, it's going to be a hostile environment. All right. I mean, it already is a hostile environment, but it's going to increase. Okay. So whoever got that next hashtag, all I can tell you is try your best, to move succinctly, avoid encounters, avoid arguments, avoid, Confrontations, because guess what? They're in general, they're violent creatures, they're trigger happy. All right. They're looking for any reason at all to pop off. Now that Trump's in office, they're going to feel even more empowered. These cops are about to be gunning people left and right. So all you can do, if you're not in a situation to remove yourself from the environment, which is the ultimate answer, but you're going to have to order your steps, and you're going to have to really navigate situations with a lot of guidance. you know and if you're someone very vocal, you're someone very hot temper, you're someone who's physical, you're going to have to really really mind that stuff, because I'm telling you that what this means, I don't know what it means in terms of legislatively, and what's going to happen in terms of the laws, but I do know that the already intense racial climate is going to get worse. 100%. Wildflower Bishop, this is my sentiments. That's why I'm bringing this message, just to kind of try to ground people, just try to bring them down, and remind you, just calm down, guys. Life goes on. All right. You've already been through this, dozens of times, maybe. You know what I mean? I mean, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Okay, so just be calm, just relax, channel your energy somewhere else. And if, for instance, social media, because this is what social media is really meant to do. Okay, I'm trying to calm you guys. I'm trying to encourage you guys. I'm trying to, ground you and remind you to be okay. What social media does? Social media wants your stimulation. Okay, that's what they create with their algorithms and all this stuff. Anything that's drama related, anything that is sensational, you will see that it gets a lot of engagement online. A lot of times, that's what gets pushed out there on the algorithms. Okay, so you're going to see the reality TV, you're going to see the gossip, you're going to see the celebrities, you're going to see the drama. Okay, a lot of times the good stuff or the sweet stuff or the progressive stuff, you won't even see it, or it gets very little engagement. All right. So social media, you might need to also unplug. I talked to my homegirl. We were interacting a little bit on my post earlier today. Eternal Blossom, big shout outs to her, my girlfriend. And she said, you know what, Gina, I think I just need to unplug. I said, do it, man. Get offline, get off Facebook, get off Instagram for the next couple of days. If you feel like people are going to be posting nonsense, sometimes you just need to unplug, because social media feeds off of this energy. And I don't know if some of you are aware, but whatever you watch, like whatever you patronize on social media, like I like these prank videos. Okay. So, um, I see all these like little prank videos, and obviously when they come up, I watch them, I like them, I comment. So my feed includes that. Okay. On Facebook. Now, when you go to my feed on Instagram, it's usually like red carpet gowns and macho men from Africa. So those are the things I like. So that's what Instagram gives me. All right. So when you get into this political stuff, you're going to see a lot of the feed, you're going to see a lot of the reels and all that. And it's going to just get you worked up, and it's unnecessary because we don't have control over it, guys. And some of you who believed you have a piece to play, you went out to the polls, or you sent in your, ballot, and you were really hoping for the person who you voted for to get in. It still didn't work out, but stop wasting your energy on this stuff. This is how I feel. Wildfire, this is exactly how I feel. Left wing or right wing, all are anti-black, period. They're not for us. They're not going to do diddly squat. It's not the end of the world. Big shout out to the family. Man, Wildfire saying it all, saying everything that needs to be said. We need to be focused on our own situation, not that. Okay, because at the end of the day, America's not it's not our country. It's not our homeland. We're not even welcome there. We should be trying to figure out, okay, how can we alleviate the pressures of this environment? What can we do to make life better for ourselves? Okay, environment is huge. It's going to be difficult for you to thrive in an environment whereby you're constantly under attack. Say what you want to say about Africa, but at least you are not in that type of environment on a daily basis. Okay, you can remove that whole racial construct out of the equation, and it's so refreshing to do so. But I mean, our ability to impact and transform the West, America, it's very unlikely. It's not probable. So we should be putting our energy where it's going to be effective. Kamisha Ross Corner, she says, two different sides of the same coin. Wildfire says, it's an illusion that regular hour employee can have power. The elites decide 100%. But see, it's all, because if you notice, people like the song and dance, and people want to feel involved. And so it's brilliant marketing to make the people feel like, oh yeah, this is democracy. Your vote counts. Get out there. You contribute to the overall. You don't. They've already got it all worked out. They've already got it all worked out, guys. Only way that your vote perhaps would contribute is if you vote for the person who they already had in mind to put in office. Then you're going to feel like, oh yeah, my vote counted. But if you didn't vote for that individual, you're going to feel like my vote didn't count. It's an illusion of choice, guys. And you should really, I hope, as you go through your journey of enlightenment, you become more of a critical thinker, and you start to see all this stuff. You start to evaluate our education. You start to evaluate our media. You start to evaluate religion and politics. And you're going to see it's a whole lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a whole lot of brainwashing. It's a whole lot of harnessing your energy and distracting you from what actually matters. It's the same way when we look at our education, we see that we are groomed to be employees, right? If you guys agree with that statement, please send me a number one. Do you guys agree that our education grooms us to be employees? Hello? Number one. As you become more conscious in this world, you understand that, oh yeah, they're simply grooming me to look for a job. They don't want me to be an entrepreneur. They don't want me to learn trades because they don't want me to have freedom. Okay? When I can generate my own money, that's freedom. I have a say. Okay? I don't have to report to some boss who's telling me what to do and controlling my life. No, I say, I decide. That's what they want to take away your ability to do that. So they cripple you and make you feel like you got to have a job. Okay, that's the only way to bring income is to be at work all day. There are some people that don't even know what to do with free time. They'll tell you, I'm never going to retire because I don't know what I do. I know y'all have seen them people at the job site. Hello. Those people, they will say, if I didn't have to work, I don't even know what to do. And meanwhile, I'm thinking like work is in the way, bro. Work is in the way. I got so much stuff to do that's not work related. Okay. So when you start becoming a critical thinker, you start evaluating all these things. So when you look at the political system, you should be able to see by now, guys, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I know some of you are going to say, yeah, but our ancestors died for the right. You should have known at that point that we got included in the ability to vote, that they was going to do, they was going to pull some shenanigans. You should have knew right then. It's just like when desegregation came. They pulled some shenanigans, and somehow out of integration, they've benefited more than we have. Huh? Critical thinking, guys, looking at it, okay, since in my lifetime, Democrats and, Republicans have been in office, all these different white people have been in office. How does this impact me as a person? Does it? So if it doesn't, or I can't see it, I can't deduce what the difference is, then why am I giving it my energy and attention? Everything's going to be okay, guys. Big shout outs to Ajike. I see you. Yes, it's good to see you in the life, sweetheart. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up, Kuya? I see you, babe. Thanks for speaking the truth. Most won't believe it. I just have to do what I have to do. Okay, make sure pause. Make sure you guys like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and you can support the stream if you feel this message. I feel that it's necessary because I see a lot of social media today where people are just way too invested. You are distracted. Okay, this election, it doesn't matter to you, black man or black woman. All right, unless you're rich. you know, unless you're, Fortune 500 or doing your balling out, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for you because you are a what do they call it? A non-factor. Huh? I know they appeal towards us during the elections. Yes, I know they do. Why do they do that? Well, because black people are so influential. They know black people are going to make viral memes. They know we're going to make music. They know we're going to get out there and be on the campaign trail for them. That's why. Why? They always harness our energy for their cause. They always use us as the mascot. They always use us as the face. Huh? They always use us as the energy. Why are you guys okay with being used all the time and getting nothing? Why? Why are you guys okay with being used and getting nothing? Divest from things that are not important and put your energy in things that are necessary. I know that the journey to freedom is uncomfortable for a lot of us because, a good friend of mine, we had that conversation today, and it's an upcoming live stream, which is freedom is frightening. Okay, when you are used to the bondage, and you are used to that construct around you, the thought of not having it around is a bit uncomfortable. The thought about having to do things new, it is uncomfortable. The thought of trying to figure your way through, yes. But what if I told you that the construct that we were grown up in, it's all a lie in the first place? Hello. And it's only one way of life, but there's many ways of life. And what if I told you that you were smart enough to learn something new and try something new? Would you believe me? Would you believe me if I told you so? Big shout out to the African superstar family. Yes. Big shout out to the family. Wildflower says voting is an illusion of the power to the poor masses. Exactly. They're not going to leave it up to us to decide, make any decision making. I mean, when you think about it critically, why would they? Why would they leave the direction and decision of the country to the poor people, to the working class people, to the hand to mouth people? No. When you think about it, yeah, the people of whom they care is the benefactors, the people that got money, the people that are making arms, the people that are employing millions, the people that's who they care about. They don't care about us in our decision making. Okay, those people are going to support the candidate that they want in office, right? You guys know during the campaign, they have all these fundraising dinners and galas and all that stuff. Did you get an invite? Huh? All you got was a sticker at the poll. That's all you could do. They don't care about you. Meanwhile, these big shots, they're donating. Okay, I put in 20 million to your campaign. Okay, I'll scratch your back. You scratch my back. You do this, you do that. Okay. That's who they're caring about, not the poor people. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? Kuya says the Simpsons predicted that Trump would be president 16 years before he ran. Shout outs to you. It's fast. There's been a lot of, and see, this is another thing. That's a really good point. You see, it's very, people are going to say that we're conspiracy theories, but it's very odd that a lot of things that happen have already been predicted, right? It's funny that movies depict pandemics called COVID, that it happened in 2020. It's very odd that a lot of modern day things have already been to a T described in movies and media and books. Do you guys think that's just a coincidence, or do you think that these events are being shaped and molded to happen? Hello. Hello. Which one is it? Do you just think that they just came up with a movie, 20 years ago that says, okay, in the year 2020, there's going to be a viral pandemic called COVID-19? It's just too ironic, guys. So how did the Simpsons, because see, the Simpsons cartoon has predicted so many things that have happened, down to tornadoes, down to, music star, all kind of stuff. How does it get predicted down to a T like that if it's just random life? Because in random life, we know life is so unpredictable. Random life is, right? You can be driving to work today and witness a car accident happening, right? Tornado comes out of the sky, picks up a house. Random, right? So how are these big, huge events happening as a coincidence? It just doesn't make sense. Big shout outs to the family. If you are here, please make your presence known in the chat room. Big shout outs to you guys. All right, big shout outs to Ajike. She's in there. Kuya says they are selected, not elected. Family, what's up, Sweet Berry? Kuya said, girl, listen. Kuya says, felons can't vote, but one can become president. Does it make sense to y'all? Does it make sense to y'all? Come on now. African Goddess, big shout outs to you. American presidency is relevant to the entire world. As they say, this whole political construct, I personally just believe they're all in bed with each other, and the ones that are not are the enemies of that conglomerate, so I would say, for instance, like, the what's it called? United Nations. They have their affiliation and they have these alliances. And then the countries who don't want to adhere to that, like Russia, Korea, China, these kind of things, they become the enemies, or the Middle East, they become the enemies because they don't want to participate in these alliances and these treaties and all that stuff. I mean, I honestly, I think a lot of America's importance is media magic. America knows how to project itself and make itself seem so powerful and so relevant. But at the end of the day, what goes on in the country is a lot different than what is actually projected out. So I don't know. I'm not into politics, so I speak from that perspective where it's like life is still going on, whether or not you get invested in this stuff, whether or not you vote, whether or not. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? Please take a moment out, everybody, and like the stream. Let's get the likes up. Big shout outs to the family. Ajike says, I ain't worried about it. I'm just working on my plan. Well done, Ajike. Keep your head down and get some implementation going on. Big shout outs. What's up, Miss Elaine? That's why I'm here, to try to, remind you guys, just calm down. Don't be caught up in all this stuff, guys. Put your focus where it needs to be. Okay? If you don't want to be, you don't want to be engrossed in that, then remove yourself from that. I know it's a very avant-garde thought that I'm sick of this environment. Let me just remove myself from this environment. It's a very avant-garde thing. It's something that we are never promoted to do. We as Black people are just promoted to endure our environments. Despite how hostile or unhappy we are, despite how we're not able to achieve our personal, educational, or physical goals, we live a certain quality of life and we accept it. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? African Goddess says Trump may prevent the Third World War, regardless of who is in the White House. Times we're going to change due to the world economic crisis. Well, we'll see. We'll see what he does or doesn't do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Big shout out to ATM International. I definitely agree with this. People should not leave the West without a solid plan. That's why y'all, that's why all this that y'all spending on Kamala and Trump, worrying about this, y'all should be taking that energy and working on your plans. Simple. Because I have given you guys the analogy countless times of, okay, in the morning you wake up with a glass. That glass is 100% full of energy. Okay, you're giving energy to your workplace. You're giving energy to your kids. You're giving energy to your spouse. Now you come home and you're giving energy to Facebook. You're giving energy to Instagram. You're on YouTube. You're typing. That's time you could have been working on the book. That's time you could have been investing in fitness. That's time you could have been setting up the business. Huh? That's time you could have been meditating. That's time you could have been cleaning your house. Okay? That's time you could be listing stuff up to sell on eBay or Poshmark. You see what I'm saying? You only have so much energy. You need to make sure you're inputting it in the right places. All this stuff that we don't have control over, that's not the place to put your energy. Okay, the place to put your energy is in somewhere that can actually give you results as you invest that energy. Okay? I don't really care what goes on in America. I know some people really, they don't like when I say that because I have family there and all that. But I'm just like, it's not my future. And so my focuses are not there. And I've only been able to achieve things by channeling my energy where it needs to go. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, let me see here. Ajike says, make up your own algorithm. I feel you. Yeah. All right. ATM International is working. Big shout out to the family. Thank you guys for answering my first trivia question. Big shout out to Jennifer Edie. I see you there. Miss Elaine. Oh, we have great engagement today. Much love to you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I think my memo in the community tab was well received. Thank you guys. Yes. Because hello. We were groomed to be an employee. Okay, that's what our formal education was all about. If you guys can think, back to your childhood days when you were like, a little tyke, 6, 7, 10, 13, all of a sudden people are saying, Elaine, what do you want to be when you grow up? What kind of job do you want? Now, in reality, we're not asking our children, hey, what do you love? What do you have an interest in? What are you good with your hands? Or, we're not asking them that. We're asking them, what kind of job do you want at 6, 7? That's molding the mind. You're getting your kids ready to be somebody's, employee. All right. And like I said, when you are an employee, it liberates your mobility. It limits. What's a liber, guys? I don't even think that's a word. It limits your mobility. It limits your freedom, huh? And it limits you saying what you want to say. Let's be real. We've all had to hold our tongue in the workplace. Somebody's rubbed us the wrong way, talked to us crazy, said some sly stuff, made us do extra work. And we want our first instinct. Y'all know that song that Walking in the Rain by Orange Juice Man? I saw you and him walking in the rain. He said, my first thought was to run up on. So your first reaction is, Check that shit. That's the first thing you want to do. Or put them in their place. But because why? Because you're in that job and you need that money, you think twice. You think, I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get written up. I need this little money. It's control, guys. That's why they want us to be in that position. Because business owners can call their own shots. And business owners have freedom. Okay, those that know trades, they're going to be in business forever. A lot of specific trades that cannot be outsourced, that cannot be, turned into machine and all of that. All right, big shout out to the family. Okay, guys, I'm going through here. Emerging Abu Khan, I see you there. Thank you so much. We are influential and inconsequential. That's why they use us for everything. Okay. And you guys, like I said, you guys should be tired of getting used and getting nothing for it. Okay. But like a little plaque or a little pizza party or, no extra money, no, nothing that's really going to do anything. It's time for some real change. Thank you so much, honey, for that super chat. I see you there. Big shout out. Yes, thank you. Do the necessary. We got 30 people in here, and he's the first one that did the necessary. Holla. Because I'm coming here trying to get you guys to just calm down. It's not that serious, and it's going to be okay. And like several of you in here, if you are already working on your plans, all right, you really shouldn't be bothered because you know that, hey, I got an alternative. I'm working on my plan, family. Ooh, we got a lot of comments in here. Oh my goodness. All right, big shout out to the family. Try to get through here. I only got 10% on my phone before it runs out. Big shout outs. All right, let me try to get through some of these comments, guys. Much love to the African superstar family. Myrtle says Black people are not influential. We are gullible. Some people are indeed gullible, Myrtle, but I can't take it away. I mean, we are very, very, very influential. People listen to us. People emulate us. People follow us. You know what I mean? And we have, it's an innate gift. You know what I mean? And a lot of us may not realize it because of low self-esteem. We don't see it right away. We're just like, oh, me? Like, what am I doing? I'm not that big a deal. But definitely, I would say, yes. I mean, we from people such as Michael Jackson to Michael Jordan to, President Obama. I mean, a lot of our people are totally iconic and totally influential and have changed the world and have left their imprint. So I do have to just say that. Okay. Big shout out to you. Yes, 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 family. Emerging Owl K. Bluon says, freedom is uncomfortable, but we need to be uncomfortable to get true freedom. It's unfamiliar when you are not used to it. And that's just the truth. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, to give the example, when they let an animal from captivity free. All right. When they first open the cage, a lot of times the animal won't even go for the door. Like, they don't know what to do. They're unfamiliar in that new environment. They don't realize that they're being set free, because they're used to the bondage. And the bondage is what they know. And there's a certain comfort zone in that. But, all I can say is that we are capable of retraining our mind and our thoughts. Okay. And once you get into freedom and you start getting, the hang of it, you won't never want to go back. See, you won't never want to go back to that bondage. But yes, initially it can be very uncomfortable. Big shout outs. What's up, family? Sweet Berry says there's books that predicted his win. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not going to get back on that tip, but I'm just saying it's just too, it just doesn't make any sense how these things can be predicted in our media and all this stuff as a win. My theory is that they actually just want to smooth these things over. So if they project them to us early, when they actually happen, we will actually correlate it to the movie, not to the fact that they're actually making these things happen. you know. And so then what we will relate, so when the pandemic happened, people weren't really per se scared in a way because they related to, oh, I've seen these things in movies. And when documents were coming out that says, okay, this year this is going to happen, this is this and this and this, and then people were not critical. They were not critical. Big shout outs. What's up? What's up? I totally agree with this. Black people generally don't want power. They want white acceptance. Big shout outs to the family. Yes, 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 yes. Big shout outs, Mr. Ray Kitchens. It's not the end of the world. Life will go on. Correct. Correct. Democracy is an illusion of inclusion. 100%. Ray says China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran are the enemy because they are one state totalitarian regimes. What's up, Jess? Is love. I see you there, family. Yes. A lot of people are just, emotional about it. But you guys are going to be okay. I really promise you. I really, 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 really promise you. You might feel a little upset now if you're not happy with the outcome of it or whatever. But, you'll get over it and you'll get into it and time will go. Time will pass. And it'll be on to the next person in the White House who is not going to do or serve our agenda. Hello. Shout outs to the family. All right. All right, all right, all right. What's up, Mr. Derek? Good to see you. I see you there. Emerging okay, Bulon says, I remove myself completely, but some people don't get it. Again, they don't get it because they're not in that frame of thinking. When people begin to divest themselves from this stuff and focus on other projects and get a little bit more quiet about their plans and quiet about their mentality, people think that we're the strange ones. And I mean, really, we are outside of the popular thinking and the popular mode of thought. So, we do seem like the weirdos. Yes, Justice Love. I understand. I know. I mean, I don't know why it came as a shock because Trump has a huge and diehard following. The guy can do no wrong in the eyes of the people who love him. So yes, big shout outs. I see you guys there. Please, guys, make sure you like the stream. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure you send some support, subscribe. I'm just here to remind you guys that life goes on and try to get you calmed down. All right. For anybody who's all worked up. Big shout outs to the family. Yes. Okay. I'm going to be wrapping up very soon because my power is running down. Yes. So it's all right. What's up? All right. Big shout outs. I'm trying to get through these comments quickly. Turtle, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. All right. It's not the end. Big shout outs to the family. All right. Thank you guys, everybody who stopped by. We had quite a big crowd, over 40 of you guys today. Special shout outs to our one and only super chat donor. Hello. Yes, I do appreciate the love and support from the family. But at the end of the day, the moral of the story is life goes on. So for you overzealous American voters and all that who's just struggling with today's results, please just be encouraged. It's not the end of the world. I would like to remind you have already survived 4 years of Trump in office. Hello. And if you thought he wasn't coming for his second term, I don't know what would make you think he wasn't going to come for his second term because he's got diehard support. I mean, many Americans, majority of Americans in the country share in his ideology and representation. So, it is what it is. I'm not surprised. But I would say if you are overall sick of the dynamics, the American dynamics, begin to broaden your horizons. You know, I never regret leaving the US. I think that it was a game changer for me. I love living in Ghana. I love my international life, and I love being able to just disconnect from all the chaos that's going on over there. So I'm sending this out to my viewers just to remind you to calm down, focus on your game plans, focus on your plan B and implementation. Okay, family? All right. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.